We're going to have some folks come up here. Do you want everybody to come up now or? Okay, good. And while they're doing that, I didn't want to tell you that in my other life, I was interviewing a couple trying to find the magic of their success, of their long marriage. They were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. 50th. And so we asked them the success of their magic relationship, and they said it really is magic because we do a lot of traveling. My wife loves to travel. I take her everywhere. They said, well, what'd you do on your 25th anniversary? Well, we took her to China. I said, well, what'd you do on your 50th? Well, I went back and got her. So, I'm about done now. So, Rebecca, you want to come on up? We're going to talk about some of the special things that Rebecca's been able to provide some of her folks, and they're going to talk a little bit about that. So here's Rebecca.
Well, this next presentation is a really special one. I love to have the opportunity to share with you people who are stepping forward in just amazing and powerful ways. And so this is our success panel. So if I could have our success panelists come and line up and come up on stage, I would love that. I'd take any of these three, but this one's my seat. And what's really special about these individuals is they are stepping out in new ways and powerful ways. And it's an opportunity for us to hold space with them and celebrate it. Because where do we need support? As everywhere, good, yes. And especially as we're stepping forward and we're stepping out and we're soaring. So let's give them our full attention as they share from their heart what they're doing and things that they're launching and stepping into. I'm just so honored to know them, proud of them. And here's the directions just so you know what they've been given tasked with, or the opportunity that has been presented to them. I've asked them if they would share some way we're connected, and that is up to them. I don't know what they're going to say, but I'm hoping it's in a positive way. But we'll see. I can always edit film later if need be, but I have complete faith in them. And what they're launching and doing now. So I'd love for you to give them attention. One of the things they may be talking about as they share is the success panelist table. So for those of you, if everybody takes a quick look back, it's on the right backhand corner if you're wanting to connect with them further about some of the things that they're going to mention and share today. So with that, I am going to introduce the amazing Dr. Ruth Anderson. So Dr. Ruth, it's up to you if you want to stand or sit, totally up to you. That works. So let me share a little bit about you though.
Okay.
So Dr. Ruth Anderson is just an amazing person that is so led by Spirit and her guides, and when she's led to step forward, whether you know where it's all going or not, she does and shares that message and spreads the word. And I love that you do that so powerfully and authentically, and the pieces that you've shared with me that you're bringing forward and launching. And it's podcasts, it's network level. She's just recently launched a network level opportunity and programming over 50 different weekly shows to support light workers and the people the light workers are called to serve and support. She's launched several books. The most recent one is Walking with Spirit, which became a #1 international bestseller, and just so honored to be part of helping get that message out so she can touch as many hearts and lives as possible. So I know you're going to enjoy hearing from her, and with that, let's warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Ruth Anderson to the stage. Woo! Dun-ta-da!
Thank you. Is this on? Yes.
It is.
So I met Rebecca because Spirit guided me to. A few years ago, I finished writing my first book, and I was looking for ways to promote it, knowing that I would have to learn to promote myself as an author and spiritual counselor as well. I was led to Rebecca's program for professional speakers. I didn't take that route, as evidenced by the fact I'm reading this. But I kept receiving Rebecca's emails about different opportunities that were open to people like me, knowing I needed to do something to break out of my shell, and very reticent to stand completely in the world and be seen. Rebecca offered spots for authors to participate in anthologies, and by doing so, it included marketing of the authors. This was perfect. I quickly signed up for not one, but 2 of Rebecca's anthologies. Spirit then prodded me to create a larger platform, including having a presence on Facebook and hosting a weekly radio show on International Angels Network. After that, with guidance from Spirit, I signed up to have Rebecca help me publish and promote my second book, Walking with Spirit. Most recently, Spirit guided me to take an even bigger leap, to create Enlightened World, which is a comfortable and encouraging space for light workers to promote their businesses and find a voice on a global platform. I truly believe that light workers across the planet are distracted and isolated when the world needs them the most. An important piece of my work was Rebecca being open to bringing Enlightened World Network to her RHG TV network. On Enlightened World Network, or what we like to call EWN, we have 20 shows, each capable of holding 52 episodes, so that's almost 1,100 shows. Maybe some of those episodes could be holding your podcasts. Now, without worrying what the person next to you might think of you, raise your hand if you have seen, heard, felt, or otherwise experienced the presence of God or the Holy Spirit. Nice. And how many of you have seen, heard, felt, or otherwise experienced the presence of angels? Sweet. When Denise, my dear friend from Colorado, when we sat down this morning, we put a little space there to save our spot, and we came back and there was a nickel and a penny on the floor. A penny is her sign from her father, and a nickel is my sign from my dearest friend. And there they were. So if you're sensitive and can feel the spiritual divinity, I would like to bring your attention to spiritual beings that are here in the room with us right now. I have that back vending table right in the corner. There we go. Oh, my book. Thank you very much. And I can tell you, I feel Archangel Michael, the Divine Mother, Archangel Gabriel, some of you would call it Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael, right there behind my table. I also have warrior angels that travel with me, and there's one at each of the 3 doors. So just while we're sitting here, if you want to just take a minute and just feel into that and see if you can feel or experience their presence. The archangel, the warrior angel that's right there in the middle, has the funniest sense of humor. And I don't know, Rachel, I don't know if you can sense that one over there, is like trying to get people's attention. So, very funny. If you would like to learn more about angels, archangels, Divine Mother, and how they can interact with us on a daily basis, or learn what happens when we die, and yes, there is life after life, please check out Walking with Spirit, Divine Illuminations on Life, Death, and Beyond. So Rebecca, thank you for listening to your guidance when it spoke to you, because here we both are, standing fully in our capacities to bring light into this world and make a difference for others. So here is Walking with Spirit. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I would encourage all of you to check out the amazing programming. There's such a range. I know you're going to be sharing a little bit more about the network, and so I encourage you to lean in and listen. There were so many people in the room that were responding to feeling and connection, that I believe that programming will really be supportive in a way that it can support you on a weekly and daily basis. So be listening for the additional information. And thank you for sharing. Yeah. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you. Marlene Elizabeth. Now, Marlene and I, we've been on the journey for a little bit of time now. And it's been really wonderful. You've been one of our co-authors and recently launched her own book, Money Wings, #1 international bestseller, multiple countries and categories. Launched on her daughter's birthday in honor of her daughter. So not only does she have a deep love for helping people and supporting them around money, their relationship with it, but also a deep love for her daughter, who inspired her to become a wise money lady so she could raise a wise money daughter. So please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Marlene Elizabeth. Woo!
It's okay if I stay.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
So hi everybody, thank you so much. I was looking around for Kleenex because I've been emotional on this trip. Oh, there it is. I got it. So, but it has been an amazing journey. So my journey with Rebecca started because I'd actually had, someone mentioned grace. You know, I had a bad experience and Rebecca was the grace beyond that experience with working with somebody to put my chapter in their book, you know. And so after that experience, I had the opportunity to step in with Rebecca, and that's how I first started with Bloom Where You're Planted and Shine. So I would say that one of the biggest gifts I've experienced in terms of the success that I have is because I've been able to work with Rebecca in visibility, right? And that is something that without it, right, we can't reach our audience, we can't reach our market. And so, of course, just like all of you and myself, it is a practice, a muscle that I continue to practice. But because my daughter is my wife, she's 11, and when I became a mom, I had done all the things. By the time I became a mom, I had done all the things, But one of the things I had not done was gotten straight with my relationship with money. And I couldn't understand why. I mean, I have my master's degree, I'm a smart girl, you know, I'm supportive family and friends, you know, I believe in a loving God. What the heck was the problem with my relationship with money? But because of my daughter, I wanted to make sure that I raised a money smart girl because I had understood the pain of not having my finances in order. And so I went from being this young woman surviving and being fine with surviving, but then having a baby girl and realizing, no, it's time to thrive because I want her to thrive. And so my journey led me to realize that my personal challenge around money had to do with the fact that I couldn't relate to the left brain way of working with finance because I'm a right brain woman. I'm a creative. And that's also something I never realized about myself. But when I was able to finally start understanding money through the right creative way, relational way, behavioral side of finances, my world changed. And I really truly believe that when you're able to connect with your relationship with money in this beautiful way, it really is a gift for the world, especially for the unique gifts that women can bring that are different than the unique gifts that men bring to the world. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without Rebecca. And it's really interesting because I didn't realize at the time when I was interested in learning more about her that she came from a financial background. And so it was meant to be. So because of Rebecca, I was able to step into the anthologies and have that really great experience and then end up being invited to write my own book. And that came at a perfect time. So I launched my book on my daughter's birthday, Money Wings. And I have it on the back table there. I'll be giving away some free copies of that today, later. But essentially, it's all about unfolding your financial potential. And then Rebecca invited me to then start my own podcast. And again, it was one of those things that it's a matter, I think success is a lot about just keep saying yes. And I'm not talking about boundaries that we need to have to say no, but I think that when we wish upon a star and the doors open, even though we don't know the how, we just have to just say yes. And that does take courage, and it is vulnerability. So I said yes. And so now I have a podcast on the Empowered Business Channel. It's called Let's Get Tender, Money Conversations That Matter. And once a week I have a guest, and I really like to feature my guests. I'm really about empowering other women in their businesses. And so once a week I bring on a guest, and we talk about money. The first question is, what's your first earliest money memory? How many of us really stop to think about that? And so we talk about that, and then they get to share about what they're doing in the world that can help support you in your relationship to money. And I also am very excited about the money coaching that I do. As a certified money coach, it's an intimate experience to sit with somebody and to be able to give them the opportunity to talk about their money story, and really to see the inspiring aha moments that they walk away with. That doesn't just transform the relationship to money, but the relationships to themselves, to their children, to their spouses, to other people. So I would love to get to know you a bit more during the event, so please do stop by and let's chat. Thank you so much, but especially to Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. And if you're looking for a safe place to get tender with your money and how you're relating to it, Marlene is definitely that. And we all have a relationship with money, whether we're on speaking terms or not. So I think it's wise to take a look, and if that's a stretch for you, here's somebody that can walk beside you in a very safe way. So thank you, Marlene. Ron and I have been on this journey for quite a while now. And he has such a gift for bringing out the radiance in others. And when we were stepping into the space of stepping into filming, that was a stretch for me. I wasn't really that comfortable with that. I mean, it was one thing when I had already stretched into radio, but into being on film and on camera. And there's something magical about you, Ron, and how you look through a camera and you're able to hold someone in such a love that it becomes safe to be seen in that way and to be filmed. And I appreciate that. And that's echoed out in every interaction that I've had with you, is that desire to help people be authentically who they are, to radiate and shine. So can we please warmly welcome the amazing Ron Kokuya to the center of the stage.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Absolutely.
That gift that she talked about was actually a mirror, because that's what Rebecca is too. And I have tears coming, because why does a man for 4 years join and become a part of a women's empowerment group? You want to know the answer? It's because men also need a place to be vulnerable, so that they know what they feel, because vulnerability is the first step into moving forward and becoming stronger and holding yourself and allowing yourself to be radiant. And Rebecca does that so beautifully. I remember joining Rebecca's class for the very first time, and it was a speaking class. And I felt so safe around women that I was actually in tears in that class, because I connected with the deepest part of my emotions. What people may not realize is that instead of having a shell of trying to be this perfect person and showing everyone that you've made it, you're successful in this, it's also important to know what you feel, because when you followed that journey, and I followed that in that safe group, I was able to go deep and understand what my strengths was. And that's what I love about this community. And I'm here on stage, and I absolutely love producing Rebecca's shows, because I get to see an episode every week and produce it. And I love the ones when you talk about that graph, the one that you just saw earlier. Because I want to share with you that I hit a peak and I'm actually going down. But I caught myself. And Rebecca invited me to be part of this at the part when I was at the peak. I was innovating, I'm bringing my business in a brand new direction. But guess what? There's this 4-year-old child that was uprooted in the Philippines, ripped from his family, brought to his real family with no transition, that was still inside of me, afraid. And I felt that through my body. My foot started giving out. I had foot pain. I was doing all these amazing things. But here I am on stage, even yesterday, when I felt like, wow, am I really ready here to shine? But I realized something. Shining isn't about being in the top and saying, hey, I made it, look at me. It's about the leadership that you hold within yourself, no matter what you're feeling in life. And it's that leadership that will help you move you upward. It's that leadership that will actually cultivate that self-love and allow you to shine when you're ready. You don't have to force yourself. You have to be the first one to see your own light. So what's emerging for me is I finally understood why I had 16 years in the IT industry. I left that career almost 6 years ago. Became a coach, transformational coach. Been pulled spiritually to do video. Now this year, what was evolving is I want to create transformational music. I'm taking a class now on how does sound and music affect you and how can you use that to transform people. And when I brought that all together this year, I realized, wait a minute, if I bring this all together and the new technologies that are happening in the world with virtual reality, I can create a virtual experience that people can actually experience how to connect with their radiance. And they don't have to go to the beach early in the morning like I did at 5 in the morning, went to Marin County into the beach in the freezing cold filming. They could just put on the glasses, listen to the music, and I guide them through opening the 6 pathways of radiance, which is what I discovered on my pathway. And that's what I'll be launching next year. Thank you.
Can we take a moment and just stop and pause and see what's speaking into our heart and spirit as they have shared with you from their heart and spirit? Wonderful. And then if I could have my amazing panel stand, and can we celebrate with them their powerful success and all that they're bringing forward? That's right. Thank you all, and feel our support and our celebration, and we look forward to all that's coming forth. Thank you for being with us today. Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message, help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message. I'd love to take a moment here and just see if there are any ahas that you experienced today, something that touched your heart, that sparked, that maybe helped an intention move forward. I'd love to see if anyone has something they'd like to share. Great. And if I could get a mic runner, that would be fabulous.
Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you, Mary. You helped me to change a story that I had since I was 5 years old with your exercise. So you asked a childhood memory, and immediately came up was when I was walking hand in hand with my father at a summer camp. And we were walking on a pathway, and he was on the outside and I was on the inside, and he suddenly slipped. And I pulled him back, and he told me, "You saved my life." And my whole life, I actually thought, because he was manic depressive and violent, and I was always rescuing him, so I kind of felt that sort of codependence thing. That was my story around it. But today, I realized that when he said, "You saved my life," it made me feel powerful and empowered. And I was never able to own that until today. So thank you.
Beautiful. And then Sean, and then we'll go this way.
If there's anything that I've learned, it's that women are always right. Women are wonderful, and women always win.
Okay, great. And I know Brooke's been waiting for a little while, so let's get Brooke, and then I'll work my way around.
Well, this is going to be pretty short, but Cynthia Stott, you woke me up. And when you had me go into the meditation to see what came to me, it's never too late to rejuvenate. Yes. And that has been my story for a very long time, so you really clarified my purpose. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so let's do Dr. Michelle, and then we'll do Naomi.
Okay, so I got 3 hits today on flying horses.
Oh.
I had a dream, and then when Cynthia did her future gazing, the most important thing to me right now, the flying horse came back. And then when Mary did her exercise, I remembered that as a child, I had heard of magic horses that flew into the sky and became stars. So that's my message for today.
Beautiful. Thanks, and I have Naomi.
Hi, everyone. So the more I'm here, the more I realize how, especially with the social media nowadays, that we are one global world. It's not anymore me and you separate. So when she talked very touching about children, when we are helping, and we are like neuropsychologists and everyone who is willing, we are helping kids and women in Nigeria with the mindset to help them get out of poverty. So when you talk about Nigeria, I might not care about it, right? I might say I live in United States and I born in Israel and care only about those countries, but it doesn't work like that anymore. It's like the ripple effect. When you help someone, no matter where, and I think that's your passion too, right? Mm-hmm. So, and each of you, I'm sure. So when we help one person, no matter where, it's like ripple effect, because you never know who's this person will touch. And one soul, according to Kabbalah, one soul that you saved, it's considered like you saved the whole world. So I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you, Rebecca, because here we see how we are one global. Thank you. That's my moment.
Thank you.
Truly.
Thank you. I have time for one more. Nancy. Oh, two more. I'm sorry. Nancy and then Kimmy. And then I do need to move to the next. Nancy first, then Kimmy. That's the order. I saw the hands.
So, Cynthia, when we did your exercise today, I had a flashback to when you did my future gazing, which was quite some time ago. And what came up was my book, which is being published next month. So it just brought that whole around. So thank you.
So, Carrie, when you talked about the children, everything that I do in my work, helping couples save relationships, all of that is about children. I want children raised in loving homes. I want children, whether their parents are together or divorced, to be experiencing love. I want them to see the possibility of love. So how the adults in the room do relationships is important. And to me, seeing you speak today was really inspiring, Carrie. Thank you. And all of you, just being in this room today has been, I started off the day saying, you know, there's so much darkness outside, literally, because of the smoke. And I had a moment of forgetting all that, being here with you all, and remembering my purpose through hearing your stories about our purpose of bringing light to the world. So thank you, Rebecca, for again holding this amazing space. I was just talking with somebody who, this is her first event with you. She goes, it's so flowing and smooth and doesn't feel rushed and hurried. And I'm like, yeah, Rebecca does events well. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, and I'm so glad these powerful connections and aha moments are happening. That's one of the intentions I wanted for all of us in the beginning of the day, that we would have a shift, we would have movement, that we would tap into more of that magic that is within all of us so that we can bring that forward. And I love what you're sharing, Naomi, because I believe it's heart by heart, it's life by life, that we make that change. And we have that opportunity every single day to choose how we're going to show up, how we're going to respond, what are we going to echo out? Because whether we know it or not, we're echoing things out all the time. And I believe we can choose to do that on purpose and with great purpose. I want to acknowledge some people in the room. So one, my dad, our amazing MC, who's held space for us all day, entertained us with magic tricks. It was like a show. And can we give him a warm round of applause? And could you come on up and receive? We could even march if we had that music. I'm getting organic here. There we go. I saw people marching around the room. I loved it. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for your service to our country and your service to us today. And we have been weaving our beautiful energy and feeding this plant, our little tree, with our magical mixture that we built this morning and we've been enjoying all day. And we wanted to gift this to you. And there's more. So this is part one.
Wait, there's more?
There's more. Because it's about shining, and so there's little twinkle, shiny lights that go with it. that are colorful. So you get to shine.
Thank you.
And remember all of us here.
Harry does.
So thank you, Dad. And if you want to put, here, I'll do one. That got hard.
Now I have a Christmas tree. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dad. Great. And then we have our amazing speakers. So if I could have our powerful speakers come up to the stage, we have a little gift for you too. So come on up. Now we can do more than that. Come on up, our amazing speakers. Yay! And just to share, because everyone always likes to know what's in the box, that's being handed out, we have a crystal locust with a hint of blue as a thank you and a reminder of our time together today. So we thank you for your heart, for your service. Thank you, Brandy, keeping me all organized. It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. We appreciate you sharing your gifts, your heart, and your energy with us today. You've created and supported transformation in this room. So we thank you. Thank you. We appreciate. Thank you. I want to acknowledge some more people that have helped make this day possible. So we have a team of helpers and volunteers that some of them were here the night before, some of them on their own time were stuffing the bags, filling the bags out, getting things ready in support of you. And they've been behind the scenes all day, some traveling from great distance through the fires to be here to hold space for you. So can we take a moment to acknowledge and thank our helpers and our team? If we can have them stand, and let's thank them, send them love. Thank you. Thank you. Because it takes a team. This is not a solo venture. It takes a team to bring this forward. And so we really appreciate you and all of your help. Then we have one more group. And that's each of you. I said this in the beginning, and I want to say it again. Today would not have been the same with one of you missing. So I want to thank you for leaning in, for saying yes, for being part of today and sharing your magic, your gifts with all of us. So let's stand up and give ourselves a round of applause, making eye contact and celebrating each other. Thank you. And hugs are absolutely great. So I want to thank you for spending today with me for the journey. It's been wonderful to spend this time with you. And I hope that you bring this holiday spirit forward. Enjoy the season. Thank you again. And let's end with a cheer. And what do we want our cheer to be? What are we claiming and bringing forward? I'm beautiful. Great. Anything else we want to claim? I'm beautiful. I'm magic. Powerful. Brilliant. Ooh, brilliance. I love brilliant. Okay. Oh, say it again. Perfect. Perfect in our imperfections. Perfect. Okay, I love that. So let's claim. And you get to choose of all of those options. Look at that choice. What you're going to claim. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm wonderful. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Gruyter, and I am the producer of the Empowered Connections TV channel. And I wanted to personally invite you to come on over, enjoy our amazing shows. We are all about empowering women. We're all about transforming lives. We're empowering men to really step out and be all they can be. We are looking for programming and shows to bring things to the next level. So if you are somebody that feels a show birthing within you, you have a calling to bring your show to life, life and touch the world, please reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. We are launching new programs and shows every week, every month, because we're going to change the world. I look forward to talking to you.